Hello. Okay. Today's topic, interest rate and government economic policy. The macroeconomic environment you are investing in is good to know, to have a general feel for how things will go and to be somewhat prepared. But you have to make your own assessment during your own time. I can only discuss what's happening now to suggest what to look out for, but you have to consider your own time situation and what it means for your investments. History, however, is educational to look at to get some indication of the present and the future. The stock market and investments naturally go up and down, but generally go in an upwards trajectory over the long term. We're talking like 10 plus years. Government's role via the Fed or RBA is to try and make that up and down softer and less pronounced. To do this, they generally have the tools of interest rate, taxes, and government spending. Taxes and government spending can be politically sensitive, as nobody wants higher taxes and votes the government out, and government spending requires higher taxes. The tool which is least politically sensitive and yet is actually far more powerful is interest rates. Interest rates are like alcohol and loud music at a party. When the party is going full swing and the economy and investments are at its highest, the government should be putting the brakes on via increasing interest rates. But nobody wants to be the person to turn down the music and tell everyone they should stop partying before the hangover tomorrow gets out of hand. Since 2007, when we had the financial crisis, interest rates have been dropping. This is Australia. Governments believe their only job is to stop inflation. However, inflation is only measured in certain goods like milk. Also, the interest rate of loans. With dropping interest rates, inflation drops as well. Governments think they're doing well. The hidden cost is asset inflation, which is not counted in the inflation figure, which means everyone who was rich gets richer, but everyone who wants to build up an asset base or buy a house for the first time suffers as prices go up beyond their reach. Right now, in the beginning of 2021, we are living through the COVID pandemic. Governments are lowering interest rates to negative in some countries and are using other means of devaluing currency. This pushes asset prices up even further. The RBA is also committed to decreasing the dollar value as compared to the USD, even though actually Australia has handled COVID well. This is for exporters mainly, but also to stabilize the currency. So really every country is trying to decrease their currency to increase exports. And everybody's trying to do that at the same time. So what does this mean for investment in 2021? Firstly, you can't afford to hold cash or put your investment into bonds. You must buy a range of assets for diversification. Mainly the stock market, as historically that increases the most. Partly property, although property requires gearing to make it a comparative investment to the stock market. Commodities and alternative assets which can hold value, art, watches, mum says Hermes bags. Usually you can see a currency devalue because you compare it to other currencies. But since every government is decreasing the value of their dollar, i.e. what the dollar can buy, there is no change in any particular currency, thereby hiding again the fact that all dollars are buying less assets, and probably less goods as well, as decreasing interest rates decreases inflation calculation, and actually the underlying things could actually be going up in price. So everything else could be going up in price except for the inflation rate, because it's partly based on interest rates. Okay, so summary. In your time, watch interest rates. As they go up, be more cautious in your investments, perhaps holding some cash. As they go down, you want to be more invested. I had to look past my computer. As they go down, you want to be more invested in assets which appreciate in value. Dad loves you.